Good morning, everyone. This is Diane Murray at Southern Art Gallery, and today we are doing a line and wash. Basically, that's using a permanent ink pen, and basically what I've done is I traced this in a red pen, then I went over it with a micron pen, which is waterproof. And now I'm going to lay in the loose wash. And the first thing, when you're doing a loose wash like this, is to just wet everything. Wet your paper so everything is soft. And go lightly over your ink. And because this is waterproof ink, I thought the Uniball Vision was waterproof, but apparently it's not. And I always suggest that before you do this, you test your pen to make sure that it can handle the watercolor, because otherwise you're going to have a big mess on your hands. So the first thing I'm doing is putting in the glow that surrounds the this moon. And because it's wet, it's going to be very soft, which is what I want. And I'm just letting it fade out according to what the according to the photograph that I'm working on. And just make it soft. Then I'm coming right in with the blue, and where it touches the orange, it'll make more of a gray, which is kind of nice. Drop some more along here, and the base is always darker, of course. This is a great thing to do in your sketchbook if you're just wanting to do something loose and sketchy. See how it's making that nice gray? And that should all level out. And then I think I'll go in with a little more orange right in here. Oh, I didn't mean to do the red, but that's okay. That's kind of pretty. Just drop a little. Let's get that red off. There a little bit. And that white sliver is just the white of the moon. Okay. Make that a little bit more colorful in here. All right, and if you want to manipulate that, you can just it's quite wet, so it's really good. And this is that fluid watercolor paper, which is good student paper, but it's not the greatest paper, so it is warping a little bit. So there you have it. We'll let that dry and we'll see what that looks like. And I'll probably come in with another wash of the purple, but I'm gonna blow it dry first. So let me do that and we'll see what we have. Okay, we're back and it dried considerably lighter. So I'm going to go in, and this time I am not going to wet the paper first. I'm just going to lay a wash in here. So that we get a stronger color. And then what I'm going to do is go immediately back in with the orange. Clean your brush in between here though real well, or you're going to get a a dirty orange, which I just got. Actually, I think we'll go in this time with the, this is a color called Gold Ochre. Oh, I like that better. Okay. Get that in. Let that fade out a little bit. Over in here. So we don't have any harsh lines. And then where these two meet, actually, I just turn that upside down and let those run in together. So there's not a harsh line there. And this is all really wet. And if you get any hard lines, just wet the area. Okay, let's see what we get there. All right, let's manipulate that a little bit. And actually, you can even come in here. If I can find my spray bottle. Where did it go? There it is. And if I want, I can come in here if I want it even softer. And spray that. If you're going to do that, kind of lay it flat. And this is just a loose impressionistic style. That's kind of fun if you just want to play around a little bit. And you can manipulate it. Let it do some different things. And if you've got too much water, you can blot it off. Okay. So I'm liking that. You could actually blot the whole thing if you wanted to, but sometimes less is more when you get this. So let's dry this and see what we've got. All right. And now I'm going back in, and where I've got this harsh line, I'm just gonna loosen that up so that we don't have a hard edge. We want that really to blend out and to disappear into the paper. I don't know how much this fluid paper can take, but so far it's doing pretty well. And I'm going to wet that one more time just with my spray bottle, just so that there's no harsh line there. Okay, and I like that because that's softer. See how that spray bottle can, just putting water back in there can soften everything? Okay, I'm really liking that. The only thing I think I'm going to do is to go into the moon and put in a little bit darker places in the moon, because the moon does have some darker spots in there. As you can see, it's going everywhere, so we'll just clean that up. Right. Let me dry that real quickly. Let's just go in and clean up that edge on the moon. Just add it to make it part of the glow around the moon. Bring that all kind of out like that. We'll even kind of bring it down into here. All right, I'm gonna go back in there with some more blue, just to soften that around there. We'll lighten that a bit. Okay, thinking I'm not going to do too much more to that. May put a little bit more orange glow in there. I'll clean up my orange though because it's been contaminated. And that's transparent pyrrole orange, by the way, mixed with New Gamboge and a little gold, a little that gold ochre, which is just a lovely color. And I'm just going to go back in there again in some places and put that glow in again, because I can't leave well enough alone. Then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go around the edge with the blue and just touch them together. And you can keep doing this really until you're happy with your what you have. Depending on the paper, of course. If you have inexpensive paper, it's only going to take so many washes. And if you have student grade paper, you're really going to struggle with this, because it's not going to want to take all this water and all this pigment. Okay. All right. I think I've probably messed around with it enough. I am going to spritz it one more time though, just to soften that edge where they meet. Give it a little runny effect. Okay, let's try it and see what we've got. And there you have it. And I hope you found this helpful.